Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Yo, my hold on, bro. Hold on. Yo, my people, ladies, gentlemen, ladies, my karate masters, grandmasters, black belts, no belts. How y'all feeling today, man? No suit on, or whatever, you know. As you can tell by the name of this episode and so on and so forth, you know, as you click on the episode and you can tell what the fuck is going on. You know, today's episode is named Karate Kid, and today I will be telling y'all, you know, we'll be discussing like, you know, the importance of discipline, you know, why you should do some type of martial arts, you know, tell y'all a little bit of my karate, you know, my background, martial arts, story, you shit like that, things of that nature, you know, things you could pull something from. You feel me? But first off, before we even get into that, you know, I understand that this episode is called Karate Kid, but we will not only be talking about karate in this, you know, it's different types and different variants of martial arts that anybody could do, you know, and it's good that you should, and it's good to do them. You know, you can learn a lot from them. But when I'm thinking, when I say different martial arts, you know, you might be thinking like karate. You know, well, of course, well, I ain't gonna say you might be thinking you. We all know it, shit. We all know them. Karate, judo, shit. Kickboxing, boxing, wrestling. You know, like shit like that. That's martial arts. Well, I don't know if wrestling counts as martial arts, but you know, when you it's all, you know, I don't know what makes it martial arts and whatever. I'm not even really that deep into that, you know, bag like that. But yeah, it's like five. It's hella other ones, you know, taekwondo, jujitsu, and shit like that. I ain't named, but you know, it's a lot of different variants of martial art, you know, that you could do. And now I can tell y'all why it's good to do. You know, you might think of them and be like, you know, you might look at martial arts and be like, I can't do that, or you know, that shit hurt, or it might be you might be one of them people who feel like if somebody was to kick you, or you let one of them punch you or something, or you know, you get hit the wrong way, you was gonna try to crash out mid practice or crash out. Catch me after the practice, coach. You know, shit like that, and they gonna fuck you up, nigga. You think you're sweet? That's why a lot of niggas wanted to put the guns into play. To be honest, because a lot of y'all niggas can't brawl, but it's okay. It's okay. They gonna banish them motherfuckers, and this gonna go right back to how it was when we was in elementary school. And it wasn't nothing but brawling. It wasn't nothing but brawling. But it's good to do some type of martial arts because it instills, you know, certain characteristics and certain things that we might need in life that we don't necessarily just, you know, spawn with. We don't just become born with these things. You know, things such as confidence or discipline. Let's see, confidence, discipline. You know, having self control. You know, responsibility. You know, things of that nature. Just testing it, and they test you in different ways. To that, like one thing I can say about martial arts is like, if you're not already mentally tough coming in there, they're gonna break you down, build you up, and then break you down again, and then build you up again. When they build you up the second time, you're done. You stuck there. You know, like you're a grandmaster at that point. You feel me? Um, that's really like, you know, I never really got into the whole boxing stint or, you know, nothing like that. I always was a try to use my feet type of nigga, but um, yeah, but you know, I wasn't into karate, you know, for a long time, which I'm finna get into telling y'all about in a minute. But the time I did spend in karate, you know, the couple of hours I did spend in karate, um, it was nice. I learned a little. Learned something. I felt like I learned something. They thought I was gonna come back for another day, but that shit just didn't work. It just didn't work out how I thought it was gonna go. And yeah, but how I got into karate. So one time when I was like 9, yeah, one time when I was like 9, one of my OG like old boyfriends just thought, oh yeah, y'all gotta learn how to. We gonna put y'all in some type of. No matter of fact, not even one OG boyfriend. My mama herself. My mama herself was like, shit, we finna put y'all in one of them. Y'all want to do karate or something? We got to put y'all in some type of after school activity, or some type of, like they basically was trying to get us in some type of self defense class, but because like what the fuck, we weren't really doing nothing for real. I mean, of course, around this time, I was wrestling like, around. I was going to park wrestling and shit. But that's not cutting it. I can't do that every day. You feel me? So they signed us up, and it happened to be a karate dojo, like damn near down the street from my house. So they was like, oh, okay, y'all can sign up. We gonna sign y'all up for karate. We all shit. We ain't want to do that shit for real. We already know off rep. We ain't want to do that shit for real. So I guess we get signed up, and then we get it come to our first practice day. Me and my brother walk in there, and we just walk in there, and you know how it look. That new kid feel. When you walk in, when you enter somewhere you're not supposed to be, and you feel like you the oddball out type shit. Like everybody was in their gis. Um, everybody was in their gis, had their belts on, and they was just like they was right there, ready, like not greeting us, but they was ready for as if like whatever the dojo master said, it goes type shit. I walked in there, he walked up to the door and he greeted all of us. They just standing there off rip, first instinct, first mistake. I shook the nigga hand. It was cool. Boom, boom, boom. He told us, get on the mat. You'll get on the mat. I got on the mat, shoes on. To put shoe on the mat, they damn near jump me. I'm off rip. I'm whoa. He knows, son. No, son. Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off. But it's your first time. I ain't gonna let them get you. That's what he said. He said it's your first time. I ain't gonna let them get you. But every time you step in the dojo, no shoes on the dojo. That was the first rule I learned in karate. No shoes on the dojo. You feel me? All right, so I'm cool. Cool. Now, they just jumped right into it. Like ain't no warming up. It's our first day, so we watch a little bit. We just watching, just see if this is something, we want to do type shit. So we go, we watching them. They start sparring and shit. And it's this one girl. She not a black belt, but I forgot what color belt she was, but she was one of them. Like I think he said like two more tournaments. If she get first place in two more tournaments, she become a black belt type shit. She was cold, like taller than me. She had small dreads. And she was just like, really looked like the Willow Smith type shit. Like she really looked like the Willow Smith type shit. But she was just had the karate. She had that in her though. Like they was not fucking with her. All them boys in there was not fucking with her. She was down there, the only girl in that bitch. Feel me? So I guess I must have make a joke to my brother on some like, man, that ass weak. I mean, no, not her. I'm like, they ass weak. Like on some shit like that. They weak. They weak. They all losing her. So I busted. The dojo master must have heard me. Whoa, what you said? So now I gotta step up type shit. My mama not finna. No, y'all can't. No, no, no. I was talking shit, so she threw me out there in the fire. So now I got my shoes off already. So now I'm on the mat. They throw me on the mat, and now it's like, oh shit. No, now I'm a little spooked because I'm like, I ain't never really stood up there like this. But I'm thinking I'm not really all the way spooked because I'm thinking like, if anything, they know it's my first day. I could bring my wrestling moves out, type shit. I must go for. I must try to go for. I don't know what I tried to go for, but all I know is I'm on the mat. She damn near finna break my arm. I'm damn near crying. I'm no, let me go tap. I get the tap. She didn't even lock it in all the way. I'm just feeling like because I've seen this move before. She put me in a cross arm bar. If you don't know what a cross arm bar is, that's when you, the victim, are laying flat. You're laying flat on your back, and the perpetrator, the person on offense, he has your left or right arm, and he is mercilessly, yanking and pulling your arm, out of the socket while he has your arm basically. wrapped in between his legs type shit. And then when she hit me with one of them, she put a little turn with it. So she kind of turned to where like, she didn't turn to where my shit was gonna like crash off like KO off the socket, but she turned to where like if a nigga ain't stretched, then my shit would have been that shit would have hurt it way more type shit. So I was like, all right, cool. I tapped, got up out of there. We left. I instantly told OG I'm not ever coming back. First and last day. That was my first and last day on fucking karate ever. Like after that, I just went back to doing the wrestling thing for a couple more months before I ended up losing all my belts. And and then he was just like, boom, okay. Wrestling was over. Wrestling from park to park was over. Let me say that. We were still brawling. It was now at that time, wrestling went from house to house went from park to park to house now. Now I'm going over to people's houses and I'm keeping it like that. So if I couldn't go over your house, I can't wrestle you for no belt. So don't talk shit. That's how it was. But yeah. And I went to school the next day and I was feeling myself, because I almost just got my arm broken by a black belt, for some reason I took, and this is when I knew I was an optimist. I was an optimistic person. I took me almost getting my arm broke by this girl and turned that into, nigga, I'm a karate master, type shit. Like I went and one thing I learned early on in life, and this is a bad thing, but I learned how to lie effectively. All you got to do is take some truth, mix it with some bullshit, and boom. Or take some good and mix with it bad, mix it with some bad, and you can tell whatever story you want to. So I told them I almost got my arm broke, but I made it up though. I made it up like I was fucking everybody else up in the karate dojo type shit. And she came in and she stopped my streak. Whole time I wasn't fucking nothing up. She was fucking all us up. Wasn't no streak, shit like that. But they wasn't nobody really able to, pinpoint if I was lying or not. Cause like I said, I made this shit so good, and I was in karate for real, so it wasn't like, I was there for real, so it wasn't like, I was lying or nothing. Well, sort of, kind of, but yeah. And now, simple, the spit of the day, simple spit of the day. Since we're talking about karate and things of that nature, discipline of the spit of the day, simply put, is discipline plus action equals success. You know, if you if you're disciplined enough to understand why you're doing something, understand how something should be done, and you're disciplined enough to understand and be able to learn from your mistakes if you commit some, or if you fall off or slip a little bit and you start to see a fall off a little bit, you're disciplined enough to catch yourself before you fall all the way down and things like that, and you're disciplined enough to follow through with your actions. That's another thing martial arts is going to teach you. Like once you go in there that first day, that's when you get to see everything. Then the second day is your official first day. That's when you get to really work and see if this is what you want to do. Now, if you come back after that, you're showing signs of discipline, and then they get to building on that, things of that nature. How many of y'all is in a team, have been participating on a team sport of any sort? If you got that one player who he just always got to go back and forth with the coach, no matter what it is, right or wrong, he just always got something to say, or he or she. Matter of fact, cause, I think of volleyball, I know how all that shit get, so that's discipline plus action equals success, and that's all it is, Now to go from that to my transition to kickboxing, which is not really I did kickboxing. Sadly, I lasted longer in kickboxing than I did karate, because it's my first experience wasn't how it wasn't somebody trying to break my arm type shit. So my uncle, I was like, at this time I was like a 9. I was still 9. So my uncle, he was practicing like, he wasn't practicing like he was practicing to be a fighter or nothing, but he'd go to the gym. He was going to this he was boxing at this gym. He had to just go there. Have regular civilians to go box and get on the bag just to relieve stress and shit like that, work out and shit like that, cardio and shit like that. So my uncle was going to this one gym. It was a UFC gym in Indiana that he was going to. And one time he came and told us that he was he go to the Indiana gym and all that. And I was just like, I want to go with you type shit one time. So I went with him one time, and then he seen like I was just playing on the bag type shit. Like I'm saying, once again, I don't know how to do none of that, so I'm doing my wrestling stuff. So I'm just practicing. Like I'm taking this time to practice my wrestling move set. So you see a lot of knee strikes and elbow strikes and shit that's illegal in fucking MMA. So they seeing it like, oh, this nigga might got something. Like that's what came out of nowhere. Like, hey, you actually, he's not, he actually started off with, you having fun, type shit. Cause obviously I'm looking like I'm having fun. So, they saying like, you're enjoying this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I want to come back up here all the time and blah, blah, shit like that. And then he threw it out there. Like they got a 9 to 11 kickboxing thing if you want to join. I'm like, oh, I said, oh, not oh, and like, as in like, oh, I'm ready. Oh, I said, oh, as in like, uh, my nigga, I don't think you know who I am. I'm not really like that, bro. Now, me, I've always been a, like, I wouldn't say non-confrontational person, but I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I don't like, I don't like throwing harm onto anybody else like for no reason. I'm not a bully. I'm not a. Oh, he just dropped the blunt. We finna punch his ass. Well, and I'm not nothing like that. I'm not a physical abuser. In a way, but I can verbally abuse somebody and shit like that. But physically, I won't, because I feel like, and this, I don't feel like people understand this though. Like I'm naturally a calm person, right? But when I get hit a couple times, and when I get to when I get to feeling that like that rage in me, I don't want to say rage, but when I feel like God start powering up in me, then I get that, then I feel like, not feel like, but after, like, once that God start powering up in me, you could kind of sense a little bit of fear in between, whoever my opponent is, a little bit, like I don't want to say fear like they become scared, but fear as in like they could see it, like something changed, like either in my facial expression, or like I start just moving a little bit more different, or like shit like that. I'd start to black out rage thing. Not no first thing I see is red type of rage. I mean, like, I start to, oh, this nigga been hitting me all fucking day, and this is what I'm here for. Like, lock the fuck in. But naturally, in my regular state, I'm not no, I'm not really gonna think about hitting you until shit you do hit me. You're in real life, so yeah. But you know, so I did. So we started the kickboxing. The first match, we was just a little sparring. It was just a little sparring because there was another dude in there whose son just started, like like yesterday, the day before type shit. So he's new, and his son, but dude, he was like, Unc told me, nigga, you supposed to win this. You supposed to beat this nigga. Show them what you got, type shit. Cause that nigga was a punk. Nigga was a punk. It was a little white boy, a little white boy. I forgot his name. I think it started with a J. I forgot his name though. But yeah, most of them turn out to be cold. So hopefully, my nigga somewhere around my age now, he somewhere. Hopefully, he's still doing that shit, but he probably not. So yeah, I kind of fucked him up. Put him. We had the headgear on, and we had the knee pads on. Not the knee pads, but the shin guards. The kick pads. We had the kick pads on, and the head guard on it, and the mouthpiece. So we was just sparring. Good, quick 3 minute rounds. We went like 3 rounds, 3 minute rounds. Just something decent, to see where everybody was at. So then the witch collar didn't start till next week. So we was practicing all week, and then we getting ready. Got my first fight coming up. Not really my first fight coming up, but The first time we all get to see who in the fucking who in the fucking league thing, who in the league thing. You feel me? So, and the league wasn't like we would go travel to other cities type of league. No, it was a every I think it was every Wednesday or Saturday. We come there and we come there and to the Indiana to the UFC gym in Indiana and we brawl in there and they got championships and all that shit. It was like a real tournament type shit for 9 and 11 U. They had it for different age groups. Then they led up all the way to, the Bellator, the Contender Series and shit like that. They led up all the way to that. So I wasn't gonna keep going all the way far till, I'm my age now, 20, and I'm brawling with them. I wasn't gonna make it that far. So I just went that whole 9 to 11 stint. I won. I end up I can't really go into detail about like a whole bunch of my matches 'cause I can't really remember them verbatim to where I can tell y'all the stories about them. Um, I can tell y'all about the championship match though, and I won the championship when I was like 10. I won when I was 10. Yeah, I won that bitch back when I was 11 type shit. Because it was a 9 to 11 rank. So we fight kids from the age 9, 10, 11. Don't matter what size, none of that. It's just 9 to 11. It wasn't no like weight classes, nothing like that till we got up to, till we got to like 13 and 15 type shit. And then that's when it was, I mean, 12, so yeah, 12 to 13 and 15 is what I meant. Yeah, 12 was fighting with 12 was the only age where your size depended on who you was brawling with. If you was a small 12-year old, you was come downhill with the 9, 10, 11 group. If you were a big 12-year old, you with the 13, 14, 15 group, and so on and so forth, shit like that. But so you know, I won I won my championship when I was 10 off an accidental knee strike. You know, you probably like, how the fuck was it an accidental knee strike? You know how like when somebody throw a punch and then you flinch a little bit and you jump. Yeah, so I kinda in a scary way, in a scary way, I kinda like jumped up. But like you know how when you jump up and it's like you look like you're finna jump into somebody's arms type shit. I jumped up on one of them, but it was like but the knee hit the bottom of the chin, like in the right, cause like we young, so we don't know how to really like throw that bitch the way it looked like Floyd Mayweather punch. So he threw that bitch. I'm trying to visualize it for y'all as I'm doing it right now, so I could paint the picture. But he sent the punch, and then he kind of like leaned with the punch. On some like you know how young kids in the streets fight wild and shit when niggas in gloves and they be like he fighting reckless as hell and niggas just throwing overhands and shit. He basically threw a punch like that, So now he's like bent over type shit, and I just jump up a little bit on some like trying to get out the way, but I'm like caught me off guard, caught me scared a little bit. So I boom knee right to the jaw. He fell. I'm like, he didn't really fall on some like KO knocked out type shit, but he started like crying like seriously, and it just was like I guess they threw a towel in. I didn't know what the fuck threw the towel in meant at the time, but threw the towel in, and then she was just like, and they didn't have no crowned champion, so it wasn't like he was the reigning champion. No, it was just we was the two highest. Our records was the two best leading after that year, and then boom, and then the second time, then I lost that motherfucker to another arm bar, another motherfucker trying to break my arm. But this time it wasn't a cross arm bar, it was a Kimura lock arm bar. That's when somebody got your arm. They got one of your arms bent, behind your back, but they extending a bone. If you put your arm behind your back right now as you're listening to this, see how high you can reach, with your hand. See how high on the back you can reach, and then try to force your hand to go all the way to the top. That's what the Kimura feel like. You know how you feel that pressure on your shoulder and all that shit feel like it's tight, and ass feel like it's if you keep pushing, if you try to reach your neck with your arm by being behind your back, you're gonna try to your shit gonna snap. It felt like one of them. I could show I wish all of this video so I could show y'all, like so I could demonstrate what the fuck these niggas tried to put me through, you know. But that was cool. You know, I tapped out after that immediately. I tapped out immediately. I was like, yeah, I'm not ready. I don't want to deal with no broken arm, none of that shit. Tapped out immediately. Got the fuck up out of there. Lost that. Came back. Now around this time I'm like 11, and now around this time I'm like 11, and it's just like, you know, I kind of got better in my craft a little bit. I'm not wrestling no more. You know, like I said, I'm not wrestling from park to park, wrestling from house to house. So I'm learning. You know, I'm bringing some of that to my what you call it. So now when it looked like, you know, in real life, when it looked like I know how to wrestle, like when I know how to high school wrestle, ground to ground wrestle, that's not because like I didn't do no type of wrestling team or nothing like that. I just did, you know, I watched a lot of Kurt Angle, watched a lot of, you know, wrestlers on WWE, and then I was practicing that shit. And when I was wrestling my cousins and god brothers and shit like that, and now on Saturdays and Wednesdays, I get to bring that back up to the gym in Indiana. Well, it ain't really a lot of, it wasn't really a lot of black boys in there, so we had to, you know, we always fighting different styles in that bitch. All the black boys in there. It was one strictly submissions. Where like every time his coach telling him get back hooks, get back leg hooks or something like that. You saying all type of, you know, it's all type of terms to the how you should transition it and this shit. So he was, you know, hitting them with all that, putting niggas in rear naked chokes and shit like that. Then there was another nigga who was like small and buff, but his nickname was Man Man. His coach was calling him Man Man. You know, he was the ones, and this is when I found out what Earth mean. You know, because he had niggas in his corner. Oh yeah, Earth his ass, man, Earth his ass. Oh yeah, grab, yeah, go double hook, double fuck, what's this called, bro? When you go double leg takedown. Here go double leg takedown. Pick a nigga up. Yeah, pick a nigga up. And then slam you right on the fucking mat. You know, we like I said, 9, 10, 11. Niggas ain't taking that all day. So after like 3 slams from man, you done type shit. So, you know, and then it was me. I was like a striker in a way. I'm not really trying to grab. I'm not trying to get grabbed. That's what I got these long limbs for. At like 11, I was like 4 something. I was kind of like one of the tallest amongst the group, so I already had an intimidation factor, which was why I was like, which why winning the championship was kind of so easy to me anyway. Because if I was going against them other 2 black people who didn't really give a fuck about the height, or some of them cold ass white boys who actually been doing this shit since they was little kids and they taking this shit way serious than we is, then I'm straight. If I'm going against one of them white boys that like I kind of was able to tell who and how I was gonna win based off, you know, when they was giving us the announcements, we had to touch the gloves. Not announcements like Bruce Buffer, let's get ready to rumble. I mean like announcements like they announce the rules. They tell us come touch gloves, and through that whole little 30-second time span, you could either tell like either you will see 3 things. You'll either see a nigga is overhyping himself up in these 30 seconds. The nigga is either staring into your soul in these 30 seconds, or he is, you know, just trying to shy away, you know, from eye contact in that way. And that's how you know that a nigga is scared when it steps in the cage, you know? Because I was just listening. I stared a nigga on some like chill, nonchalant shit. Not no demon stand to your soul. So I wasn't like putting fan to nobody, but I'm sitting here tall, relaxing. I'm listening to my coach. I mean, you would think like this nigga not worried about shit. So you would think he's scared anyway. You know, plus I was the champion, so got that bitch. And then I lost that motherfucker, like I said, like I was just explaining, I lost that motherfucker. Nigga made me tap and I lost, and I came and got that bitch back, and then I got that bitch back off a roundhouse though. I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was cold. How long we in here? 30 minutes? Okay, all right, cool. I'm gonna tell y'all how I won that last belt, then I'll wrap it up right there. But okay, I remember this match vividly. It was a round one. It was a round one. It was a round one. Me versus Man Man. The championship battles went from, you know, regular we was doing like 5 minutes around. It was only 3 rounds. championship. It went to like 7 minutes, 7 minutes around type shit. So so we going, and like I told y'all, the nigga man's the nigga, he made it. I lost the belt to the other nigga, the other black nigga who was putting niggas in submissions and shit. I lost the belt to him the first time. I got that bitch back. No, he lost that bitch to a white boy, and I got that bitch back from the white boy. And then I got the belt now, and I'm 11. So this is like, this is the end of the year. It's either I go up into I go up into 13, 13, 14, 15, and take the belt, and I just keep it that way type shit, or I lose that motherfucker, and now I can either choose if I want to go 13, 14, 15, and withdraw, and drop the belt, type shit. But I'm like, over the years, a lot of contact and all this shit, and I'm not really fucking with all this. So I'm knowing I'm not doing this shit no more after this. So now I'm like, all right, cool. I get them. I got, it's me versus man. I'm like 107 pounds. You know the build. You know the build. You know the body build. Tall and lanky. I'm just tall and lanky. Ain't nothing but leg and body, and that's it. So the nigga man's small, swole. Like we not at this time. I'm probably like a smooth 5 feet. So man probably like 4'9", 4'8" type shit. We small. Nigga tried to slam me off rip. I got off of that on some wrestling shit. Got off of that. Boom. Got it out of there. Instant. Illegal move. Kick to the back. On some like, gut kick to the back. Like shit. And he was like, all right, that's your first warning, boy. You fucking up. All right, cool. I'm like, all right. Just had to set the tone. So now he getting a little mad. He get two good slams in back to back. He like slammed me, but ain't let me go type shit. So then, fast forward so I can wrap it up. Fast forward, he slammed me one more time, and then it was like end of the round type shit. I mean, not the end of the round, but it was like a break type shit, a referee break. My bad, y'all. I'm finna wrap it up real quick. The house start getting infested full of I don't know, legs everywhere. But so like I said, nigga slammed me, and it was at a break time, referee break. Ref called a break because he thought I was fucked up, thought I was hurt. I was selling bad. I was selling the slam, so my back was kind of hurt. He slammed me on my shit a good 3 times by this time. But now we go up and start the round back. We go for the what you call it, the touch gloves. My coach is telling me like, okay, you worked him out. Like he's tired now. He had to do a lot of work in order to grab me and slam me. I told y'all I'm not letting niggas grab me or slam me type shit unless we tussling and I know I could slam you at the end. We could tussle. But I wasn't able to slam that nigga at that time, so I was running around, spending most of the time running around on some fight night. Andre Bishop versus fucking Isaac Frost. Round one, just run around, get him tied. I got him tied, and then we come back on the touch glove, and coach was telling me, and coach told me in a break, like, he's tied, you good. And I drank some water, got the energy up. Instantly, all I had was one move left. I either had a bicycle knee, or I got a roundhouse to the side, to your left ear. Because I'm left-handed, so the left foot is coming up. So it'll be his right. It'll be the right ear. Okay. So I basically roundhouse to the right ear. A nigga fell, and then it was over from there. And it wasn't over from there because he got up. And then he got angered in a way, like he got mad. The nigga turned into a real man type shit. So then the nigga just I went for another round. No, I didn't go for another round. I went for a bicycle knee strike this time. And then he caught my shit, pushed me down, called me. Like, I went for a bicycle knee strike. He pushed the knee down. So I'm coming back down. Now I'm standing up. Now I'm in shock. And he immediately grabbed me, like waist lock takedown type shit. Single leg waist lock takedown. Boom. I was done after that. After that, I knew it was wrapped. I looked over to my coach and I'm just like, I kind of like, I didn't shrug my shoulders, but that I don't know face like that. Well, I made one of them faces, but you get that. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully, you put a little brother or sister or somebody in the type of martial arts class to learn discipline and confidence and self-control and things of that nature. But I'm gonna wrap it up. 35 minutes, something smooth. Love y'all. Peace. It's your boy Nas the Innovator. Hanging the shit up for another day. And we out. Love y'all. Peace. Like I said before, I don't know. Subscribe, like, comment, share, reach out, text back, all of that. And, just hit the line. But all right, we out.